This golf company just keeps shocking me when it comes to value for money golf clubs. Hi everyone, my name is James Robinson and welcome back to this YouTube channel. Today we're talking about Macgregor VMAX fairway wood. Now I've tested these irons, I've tested the driver, I've tested the hybrids, and I've of course tested the driving iron. The money that these cost is ridiculous. Like, it's actually stupid, because you can get this fairway wood for £74.99. I think that, value for money wise, is astronomical, and the driver's not much more either. So you could put a full bag together for like a couple of £100, well definitely sub £500, and I think they actually perform really well for the money. You will see that it's not the sexiest of golf clubs, but then it's not the ugliest of golf clubs either. We can see you've got that titanium face. It does look a little bit cheap. It's marked up a little bit already on top, but for that money, what would you really expect? And we almost have a bit of V-steel technology here. I'm sure I'm not allowed to say that, and I'm sure Macgregor would deny it heavily, but if the label fits, we'll go with it. So let's hit a couple out here on the golf course. We'll hit some inside as well and just talk how good this thing really is. I mean, straight away looking down it, Bobby, bring it in, because it's one of the strangest looking fairway woods I think I've honestly ever seen, but I don't mind it. Like, I don't mind that V at the front to help you with alignment. I don't mind that kind of red ring around the back of it, even though the head shape's really strange because it doesn't look, I don't know, it's not definitely not round, is it? But then it's not an oval shape. I don't know what it is. It's not a teardrop shape. It's almost like a backwards V, but like when I did a V at primary school and was really struggling with handwriting, you know, like I was the last one to get a pen. I still had a pencil like for ages. So that's what it reminds me of. But if it works, that doesn't matter. So it's a little bit toed in. We'll aim down the right. Oh, stop it. That's going exactly where I was aiming, and that felt absolutely gorgeous. Now, if you are going to buy these clubs, how much money would you want to spend? And I often think, you know what, when it comes to these clubs, you'd be better off going to the second-hand market. But for 75 quid, I don't think there's much you could possibly get on the second-hand market, especially something, I'm going to put it out there, that sounded and felt really good. So let's try and go again. We'll aim more central this time, because that offset didn't really do much, which I quite like. Oh, look at that. Little low cut down the right hand side. We've got lovely turf interaction after the T-peg as well there, so we've just got a little bit of that V-steel sole working through the turf. I don't want to keep talking money because money's not everything, but then if it's 75 quid, money is everything, because like the money you save could go on golf lessons, could go on trips, could go on your memberships. You can actually play more golf whilst having brand new clubs. I'm astounded by this, I really am. Let's go again. Can we hit 3 very similar, consistent shots? Right, I've duffed that one, and that one's still doing. Look how well that's done. That's bounding down the fairway, and that, I mean, I'm not going to blame the club for that. That was just a disastrous shot. But if you are in the market for these and you're fairly new to golf, you're going to hit disastrous shots. The good thing is, it still works, and I mean, I've tested a lot of that face already, and I'm very, very, very impressed. So, fun fact, when I reviewed the driving iron of these Macgregor VMAX, they actually sold out like that. They sold out really, really quickly. And the guys from Macgregor here in the UK emailed me and was like, James, we didn't know you were going to do that quickly. In future, could you just tell us when you're going to do it so we can stock up? I mean, I don't get paid for these. This isn't a paid video at all, but I think it's really fun that you guys are kind of embracing the price of them and really enjoying just what you can get for your money. So, fun fact, I despise this hole. This is a 250 yard par 3. It's very, very tight. I was going to say something very rude then, but we don't want to get cancelled, not in 2024. And we're going to have a little bonus shot with this Macgregor 3 wood. You can see I'm actually using the yellow Peril because I'm just not confident in hitting a good shot here. But if you can hit a good shot here with a club that costs this much, you can hit a good shot anywhere. So we'll embrace that. The wind's slightly off the left and into. Do you reckon this can actually get there?
Good one, yeah.
A good one. Come on. Bit for the fade. Oh, stay. We're going to need a good bounce. The strike was good. We'll take the positives. I mean, in fairness, that actually isn't that bad, is it? Like, you look at where that's finished. you're kind of taking that for the strike. We're not chipping it. We have got wedges though. Guys, would you like to see me do a full bag video? So we've got the irons, we've got, I don't think there's a putter, but we've got the driving iron, the driver, the hybrids, the fairway woods, and of course the box of irons. I think value for money wise, again, it's just good, isn't it? Yep. Bobby's nodding, he's like that Churchill dog. Now, for £74.99, I said I was going to stop talking about the price, but I can't help it. What numbers would you anticipate to see? Because for me, a 3-wood that goes up to around 250 yards is the ultimate, and it's still 15 degrees of loft, and it's still quite a good shaft length. So if we can kind of control this, just what kind of numbers can we get? You can get started on the grid nicely, tailing away a little bit. I have noticed that even though we have that offset, the bad shot does go to the right. That's 237. Go again. Oh, there we go. There we go. I've pulled it a little bit, but I thought the ball speed might be higher for how hard I've hit that. 226 carry, 240 total that time. So we are starting to 4,000 spin. That was more realistic. I don't feel like I can hit it much better than that. Until you hit that one. That was absolutely mashed. Go on. What's that going to go? 220 odd carry again, 240 total. So I feel like realistically here, we're probably losing out on around 10 yards. But for that price, I'm really, really impressed with that. I've managed to keep a couple of them in play. That one's got to be massive. I've absolutely ripped that. Still going to carry it. It's carried 235. You can get it up there. That's 254 yards, spinning at 2.9. So if I can keep the spin rates down and really, I mean, I've pulled that one, so that's probably why I've managed that. But it is in there. There we go. It sounds really good when you hit it out the middle. 2, 3, 3, 2. You know what? I'm really glad I've carried on hitting these and not just cut because the first ones weren't that good, because I feel like I have shown, certainly, if I can get the head speed like around 100, 101 there, the carry's 233, ball speed's 148, all those numbers for me are pretty bang on. And I feel like I could spend a lot more money and be a lot more disappointed. I can't hit that any harder. I can't hit that any harder. And that's carried 240, and that's running up to 261 yards. So a 3-wood is only as good as it is off the deck, I personally think. Although I've really enjoyed hitting it off the tee, and we saw some really good numbers inside, which was off the deck actually, it's not that important because how many people really hit a 3-wood off the tee? Most people are going to be hitting it here. You've got a long way into a par 5 or a long par 4, or even a par 3 like you saw there, where we kind of got away with a terrible swing. So starting to really see how good this club can be. Right. It upsets me we've got different coloured balls, Bobby, but we'll go with it. Come on. Can we hit the green at least once? I've struck that so good. I feel like the offsets just took it a little bit to the left. That's scampered over the bunker, and that's going to be flag high. So it fills me with confidence that we can get this one pretty much up there. It was a little bit low flight as well. One thing that you sometimes see with a cheaper fairway wood is if the shaft's a little bit naff, which, not gonna lie, it's not the best shaft in the world, it kind of kicks early, so dynamically there's more loft there and the ball balloons up in the air. Haven't seen that with this, and that's one of the things that I really enjoy with it. Come on. On the green for 75 quid. Oh, Bobby, did you hear that? Again, it's a touch left. I think that's in that green side bunker up at the top, is it? You probably saw better with the zoom than I did. But that strike was honestly gorgeous. Really, really nice. I'm not even going to mention the money because we're not talking money anymore, Bobby, are we? But this is the one. Let's aim further right. Let that offset just work for us. Oh, that's gone a long way left though. Struggling to get that to launch onto, that is something so hard. Struggling to get that to launch on target out here on the golf course off the deck. Are we a little bit above the feet maybe as well? Yeah. But we're clutching at straws really. But again, I think for the price, guys, this is a spectacular golf club. I've no doubt it'll probably sell out as well because everyone wants a bargain, don't they, nowadays? And I feel like that truly is the golf bargain of the century, together with the irons, the driving iron and the driver.